And this time it's Nancy Lieberman versus Jeff Teague.
She's not a great player. Jeff.
He said that?
Said, Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player. Damn!
Bro, she's the best on the team.
This time it's Nancy Lieberman versus Jeff Teague. She's not a great player. Jeff, he said that? She said, Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player.
Said, Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player. Damn!
And this time it's Nancy Lieberman versus Jeff Teague.
She's not a great player. Jeff.
He said that?
She the best on the team. Now he's taking personal shots at her son.
Bro, she's the best on the team.
Nancy Lieberman didn't hold back when addressing Jeff Teague's remarks about Caitlin Clark. She responded firmly, saying, I don't agree with Jeff Teague. She not a great player, Jeff? He said that she good, but she not that good. Nancy immediately shut down that opinion by questioning his assessment and defending Caitlin's impact.
And now Nancy Lieberman is back, this time calling out Jeff Teague. And you know Jeff Teague's going to respond. Let's take a listen.
She highlighted that Teague's remarks were unfair and based on a misjudgment of Clark's all-around contributions. Nancy's tone was sharp and assertive, making it clear that undermining Caitlin Clark wouldn't go unchallenged. It was the kind of blunt call-out that instantly drew attention.
I don't agree with Jeff Teague, who I read something today said that, Caitlin Clark, well, she's just a good player. She's not a great player. Jeff.
He said that? She good, but she not that good.
I love you.
Nancy didn't stop there. She got personal. After quoting Jeff Teague's "she's not that good" comment, she replied with, I love you. You weren't a great player, okay? She went on to mention his lone all-star appearance, pointing out that while she's happy for his career, his judgment seemed off.
She's not a great player. Jeff.
He said that? She good, but she not that good.
I love you. You weren't a great player.
Wait.
Okay?
Wow! Wow, she said, Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player. Damn!
Serviceable. I know you made the All-Star team one time.
Bro.
I'm sorry if we're gonna if we're gonna be honest. I'm happy for your career.
We won't out, Jeff, my guy.
It wasn't just a rebuttal, it was a takedown. Her delivery had a mix of sarcasm and realism that made the clip instantly viral. The way Nancy flipped the narrative back on Jeff left no doubt she was calling him out in front of everyone. It felt more like a roast than a response.
Wow, when do that episode come out, man? Oh my God, Jesus. So she went up in there and straight told, dude, you know what? You're not a great player, Jeff. Jeff T, you wasn't great at all.
Jeff Teague tried to play down the backlash, but ended up adding fuel to the fire. After Nancy's remarks, he responded on social media saying, I ain't gonna fry you. Just said I think she's good, not great. But then he took a subtle personal shot at Nancy's son, joking about being drafted by his mom.
It says, despite that, former Atlanta Hawks All-Star point guard Jeff Teague isn't buying the Caitlin Clark fever. According to Teague, Clark is a good basketball player, but she isn't as good as she is portrayed. Now, he went on to say some other things, too, that I want to point out to you guys here as well.
This didn't just escalate the drama, it made it personal. His attempt to brush it off while throwing jabs didn't go unnoticed. That response made people feel like he was deflecting rather than standing by his original claim.
But let's listen to this right here, man.
Q is through the roof.
Yeah, we don't need CC. Let me rock out.
I've been saying that. I ain't trying to start no riffraff, but that zero clean.
So let me hold it down.
Nah, she cold. And when CC's back healthy, that's the best backcourt in the W.
Jeff Teague had already stirred things up by repeatedly suggesting the Indiana Fever were better without Caitlin Clark. According to the transcript, he went on not one episode but 2 episodes claiming Caitlin was the Achilles heel.
Now, a lot of people was going on podcasts. A lot of people was coming to the defense of the team and pretty much saying they're better without Caitlin Clark. They don't need Caitlin Clark. And one person that was doing all the yapping was Jeff Teague.
This narrative not only sparked fan outrage, but also positioned Teague as one of Clark's loudest critics. It's that pattern of dismissing her value that triggered Nancy Lieberman's public clapback. By that point, Teague had clearly set himself up for a harsh response, and Nancy delivered it with precision.
And he went on not one episode, but 2 episodes claiming that Caitlin Clark and the Fever was pretty much nothing without, well, pretty much saying that Caitlin was the
Jeff Teague recently sparked backlash by saying, Caitlin Clark is just a good player, not a great one. This take drew immediate heat from fellow panelists, especially Nancy Lieberman, who firmly pushed back.
Jeff Teague, who I read something today, said that, Caitlin Clark, well, she's just a good player. She's not a great player. Jeff,
He said that?
I love you. You weren't a great player.
Wait.
Okay? You were serviceable. I know you made the All-Star team one time. I'm sorry. If we're gonna if we're gonna be honest, I'm happy for your career.
We won't honestly.
Chef, my guy. But you tripping. Caitlin's great.
She is great.
She pointed out that while Jeff had a solid career, including one All-Star appearance, it was unfair for him to dismiss Clark's excellence. You weren't a great player, she said bluntly, reminding the audience that Clark is already breaking records even as a rookie.
Caitlin got, she's like lead the league in like 20 and 10 games history.
She leads
already,
the league
or
in
something like that.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about
Right?
strictly playing.
Jeff Teague kicked off controversy by backing the narrative that the Indiana Fever was better off without Caitlin Clark. In his own words, a lot of people have been saying that the Fever is better without the young superstar. These remarks set the tone for a debate that spiraled quickly.
I don't agree with Jeff Teague, who I read something today said that, Caitlin Clark, well, she's just a good player. She's not a great player. Jeff,
said that?
I love you. You weren't a great player.
Wait.
Okay? You were serviceable. I know you made the All-Star team one time.
No, you don't have respect or love for Jeff. And Jeff caught wind of the shade, and he replied back a little while ago, paraphrasing obviously. He said his career is serviceable, kind of like her son. Only thing is that his mom did not draft him. Nah, LOL, he's just joking, right? Something else that she obviously didn't like that Jeff Teague said about Caitlin Clark is this.
By suggesting the team looked smoother and more efficient without her, Teague lit a fire across fan circles and media. His take not only discredited Caitlin's role, but also overlooked her leadership and court vision. It wasn't long before those comments attracted criticism and set Nancy Lieberman on the path to confront him.
Now, there has been a growing debate, pretty much not with the fan base, within the media, with speaking about Caitlin Clark. A lot of people have been saying that the Fever is better without the young superstar. And I'll be one of the first people to tell you, for the outside looking in, it do look that way at times. Now, has Caitlin Clark been able to play 6 consecutive games this season? No.
Teague's dismissal of Caitlin Clark's value wasn't subtle. In a clip highlighted in the transcript, he plainly said, "They playing better without her, right?" He even agreed that it was fair to say so as of this year. His confidence while making these remarks added more weight to the controversy.
Easy. Yeah, Natasha Howard handling business 21-5-5. She been going crazy. Leah Boston had 16-12 as well. Sophie Cunningham had 17.
Did CC play?
Nah.
I wonder why they on a 5-game win streak, but let's keep it going.
It sounded less like basketball analysis and more like a personal jab. That tone, bold and public, made it impossible for someone like Nancy Lieberman to ignore. The more Teague doubled down on the claim, the louder the calls became for someone to challenge him directly.
What's up?
They playing better without her?
Right, as of this year, you can say that, yes. But hey, stay out of locker room. The Mercury,
For real.
yeah,
when I
we'll
speak the gospel, bro.
I respect it. 24.
Easy.
Yeah, and like they steady pushing this narrative. Jamie said, once again, former NBA All-Star Teague is talking about the Fever and Caitlin Clark. Jeff, I'll respect your take more if you actually watched our games. Asking if CC is playing shows you don't.
Things got even more heated when Jeff Teague launched a full-on critique of Caitlin Clark's skill set. He said, "They didn't figure her out. She can't go left. She only shoots step backs going left and she drive going right." These comments, based on selective observations, were quickly labeled as unfair and overly critical.
And like, I'm going to play a collage after this of Jeff Teague pretty much saying at the beginning of the season, Caitlin Clark is the best, bro. She's going to have stats like LeBron. What changed her tune? Caitlin Clark getting hurt changed everybody's tune.
For someone who had praised Caitlin months earlier, this sudden shift in tone came off as opportunistic. It fueled speculation that Teague was attacking her game not from analysis, but from clout chasing. Once again, this added fuel to Nancy's explosive rebuttal.
I said, when she's healthy, they're the best backcourt to W. That's
That's Bayless.
First of all, First of all, what I said last year, the best thing we could have did was get Kelsey Mitchell back. Y'all wasn't even tapped in enough. So we've been locked in. Don't even worry about them.
I said she was the best player on the team.
Oh, man. He was out of pocket, but respect to
How is that out of bed?
Best on the team.
Bro, she the best on the team.
She not playing. CC not playing. They ain't missing a beat, bro. They actually look a little better.
What made things worse for Teague was the fact that he had once strongly praised Caitlin Clark. Just a few months earlier, he said, "She the best. She's the best ever, bro." That clip resurfaced instantly. Fans saw a huge contradiction.
And there's other people on the list that had 500 and 700 games.
That's Rosé, 40 minutes sloop.
It's crazy, bro. It's nothing you can say to me, bro.
Nothing.
If she plays 100 games, bro, nobody ever gonna beat that record, bro.
She's
Chamberlain numbers, bro.
How can someone go from calling her the greatest to calling her overrated? This exposed Teague to a wave of backlash, with many accusing him of switching sides just to stay relevant. The inconsistency undermined his argument and made Nancy Liberman's attack even more justified in the public's eyes.
she the best.
She's the best ever, bro. I don't care, bro. She's the best ever, bro.
So she gonna be like LeBron with the stats.
The discussion continued with strong support for Clark, citing her dominance in multiple statistical categories, particularly in 20 and 10 games, where she leads even legends like Diana Taurasi.
Like, it's a stat I seen the other day. It's like 20 and 10 games, 30 and 10 games, something like that. But she lead the league, and then it's like over Diana Taurasi and like players like that. It's like to say she's not like great her rookie season.
I had it on my phone, and I got respect
Jeff,
and love for Jeff.
She's saying what she's saying.
One speaker emphasized that Caitlin's numbers clearly prove her greatness, saying it's not just hype, it's history. Despite Teague's opinion, the panel made it clear, Caitlin Clark is not just good, she's generational.
And that's why I'm glad I asked you about, because you informed our listeners or our viewers a little bit about your history, your upbringing, and what made you, that not backing down stance. So, Bees, I don't know if if you ever watched some of the Dallas Power games when you're not playing them.
According to the stats laid out, the Fever were 8-5 with Caitlin Clark in the lineup. Without her, they dropped to 7-7. This simple win-loss record contradicts everything Jeff Teague tried to claim. As stated, without Kayla Clark, they're sitting at 7-7.
Not only is that just my opinion, but the record shows it. When Caitlin Clark is healthy, the Fever was playing at 8-5. Without Caitlin Clark, they're sitting at 7-7. Now that right there tells me that they're a better basketball team. Now, do things go a little smoother without Caitlin Clark? At times, yes. Caitlin Clark be causing a lot of turnovers. We all can admit that.
Now that right there tells me that they're a better basketball team with her. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin's presence directly impacts the team's ability to win. This kind of factual backing is exactly what makes Nancy Liberman's defense feel so powerful.
But quite frankly, they're not a better basketball team without Caitlin Clark. Now, Yahoo Sports just put out this article pointing out all of these things I'm telling y'all right now earlier this morning. Let's get back to the basics and let's pull it up. Now, just like I told y'all, dog.
The Fever are not protecting Clark in their messaging, and her supporters are being painted as outsiders. The silence around her from within the team contrasts sharply with the online debates raging around her value. Instead of uniting around their star, the Fever and parts of the league seem to be actively distancing themselves from what she represents.
They're doing it together without Caitlin Clark and believe they've still got another level to reach. And in this article, without speaking about all the support this team has still received, though Caitlin Clark's been injured.
Despite being sidelined with a groin injury, Caitlin Clark's presence still looms large over the Indiana Fever. Surprisingly, the team has won 5 consecutive games without her, including victories over strong contenders like Seattle, Phoenix, and even the Aces. While no one dares suggest the Fever don't need Clark, it's clear the team is learning how to thrive in her absence.
And bringing us to our second quarter, the Indiana Fever may just be figuring that out because Caitlin Clark is still sidelined. She's dealing with a groin injury, but don't look now. The Indiana Fever have won 5 games in a row. And sure, those wins have been over the Wings in the Sky, who are at the bottom of the WNBA standings, but that's a 4-point victory over the Seattle Storm. That's a 6-point victory over the Phoenix Mercury and a 10-point win over the Aces in that 5-game winning streak.
The one person who brought all this attention, they hate her. That quote went viral after being said on a podcast that criticized the WNBA's treatment of Clark. What's shocking is that it doesn't feel like an exaggeration. From sex toys being thrown on the court to racial slurs and constant hostility, Caitlin Clark has become a magnet for controversy, and little has been done to shield her. Instead of rallying behind their top draw, the league and the Fever appear indifferent, even complicit. When silence meets abuse, it often signals detachment, and that detachment is growing.
We had everybody coming at the one person who has brought all this attention, all of this media, all of this, everything they claim they wanted. The one person who is responsible for bringing it in, they hate her. They hate her. They take shots at her. They come at her nonstop. It is what it is. And at this point, I don't even know what really can be done. Like,
in another hard-hitting stat-based breakdown, it was revealed that without Caitlin Clark, the Fever lost 7 games, while only winning 8. The clip says, by them losing 7 damn games without Caitlin Clark playing, lets us know that, yeah, they need Caitlin Clark.
Your argument is obsolete, bro. They will forever have that notion on there, that blemish on there. Now, if they would have won more games, lost less, then you might have had something. But by them losing 7 damn games without Caitlin Clark playing, lets us know that, yeah.
That directly dismantles the idea that she's an Achilles heel. Not only does her absence hurt the team, but her presence was what initially pushed them into playoff contention. Nancy Lieberman's frustration is valid. Teague's entire argument ignored real performance data.
Years and Caitlin Clark has something to do with that, man. They was 8-5 with Caitlin. At the end of the day, no matter how many games they win, they lost more games without Caitlin Clark playing. Like, so everybody argument that Caitlin Clark is the Achilles heel, Caitlin Clark is this and that.
This idea has spread, especially as the team experiments with rotations that don't center around Clark. Even fans are starting to accept that Clark's place in the Fever system might not be what it was hyped to be. Once considered the on-court engine, she's now being viewed as an optional gear.
We know the lineups, okay? You just keep Ari out, right? She backups Caitlin. Now, if you have to have Ari in, Kelsey has to get off the floor, all right? Or if you have to have Ari in, Caitlin has to be coming off the floor. That lineup just won't make sense because Caitlin and Ari are the 2 best ball handlers on the team, all right? And the 2 most confident ball handlers on the team.
Speculation is growing about whether Caitlin Clark might remain sidelined for the rest of the season, and surprisingly, the Fever might be okay with that. If her absence ensures a fully healthy return next year, the team may prioritize long-term success over short-term risk.
Now, of course, we don't know what the future of Caitlin Clark is going to look like. That is just pure and utter, speculation on my part. But let's say the Fever do decide to sideline Caitlin Clark and the Fever continue. Obviously, they're not going to win every single game of the rest of their schedule, but if they continue to find ways to win games and the Fever make a playoff push, now I don't think that they can win a championship without Caitlin Clark. Again, prove me wrong because my goodness, it looks like they could be.
Indiana's front office has made savvy moves, picking up perfect fit players like Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby on short contracts, and their chemistry has only grown stronger.
But the work that the front office has done within the season of finding players to add on hardship contracts, complete, free agents who fit what they want to do, who are going to meld into their locker room, who are going to build the right kinds of chemistry that it seemed like maybe was an issue with what they did in the offseason. Ari McDonald and Chloe Bibby are just incredible fits.
Stephanie White confirmed there's no timetable for Clark's return, emphasizing long-term health. But what raised eyebrows was how lightly she treated the situation. Clark is reportedly doing full-court sprints, showing signs of being game-ready, yet there's no concrete plan to bring her back. That gap between action and decision hints at something deeper.
Caitlin Clark. Apparently she's already doing full court sprinting. If Caitlin Clark was out for the season, she wouldn't be trying to rehab an injury in Russia. If Caitlin Clark was out for the season, she would be sitting out right now for a month.
This time calling out Jeff Teague. Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player. They didn't figure her out. She can't go left. She pushes the tempo and likes to play fast.
And now Nancy Lieberman is back, this time calling out Jeff Teague. And you know Jeff Teague's going to respond. Let's take a listen.
Wow. Wow, she said, Jeff, I love you, but you wasn't a great player. Damn. She's going to have stats like LeBron. What changed her tune? Caitlin Clark getting hurt changed everybody's tune.
Now he's taking personal shots at her son, like subscribe and share if you're riding with the truth.